I got your bitch. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be ashamed. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Corner doing dope.
Make it clap. Make it clap.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Thursday, August 21st, 2025. And this is episode number 974. That light is bright. You fix this shit. Hey, there we go. That was weird looking. That was too bright. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Hey, hello. Hi. How are you? Good to see you here. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, that's so weird. I have to use these headphones so I can hear things, but I can't hear myself, which is a weird way to do this. But I'm doing the best that I can. I still haven't figured out these godforsaken headphones. I love them to death. But they are not good for streaming, apparently. They're not good for plugging into a mixer. So I don't know what the hell else to do about it. Sucks. Definitely sucks. But we're here. And we're doing it because I can hear this. Yeah. I can hear when I play the intros and stuff. I think I can hear when you guys do bits and stuff. We'll see. But hey, Jesus, thank you for resubscribing, man. Jesus uses Prime sub. He's resubscribed for 15 months. I know it's longer than that. Appreciate you, homie. I got one thing solved. I was unable to get Twitch into the chat thing here, like the social stuff. I think they call it what is this called? vMix Social. I was unable to get Twitch working in that. It wasn't my fault. That right there, couldn't get that working from Twitch. I could only do YouTube. And you'll notice there's this little icon right there. That's YouTube. That's Twitch. That's how you notice the difference on where the chat messages come from. And so through no fault of my own, their software was broken. That's why the shit wasn't working. So I was able to read the chat messages, but I was unable to post it. I could only post YouTube, but I did an update. They did an update. I got with support, and so now I can post both. But I just got to figure these out. It's the only thing that's left to do. Other than that, still not 100% voice-wise. Feel fine. I feel great. Just got to get the old gullet to cooperate. Donna, I saw, hadn't asked me anything about anything. Which ad blocker do you use? Great question, Donna. I use ad block. Let me see if I can. Let's see. This is the one I use here. It's a Chrome extension. Let's see. Zip. Bloop. Oh, I got a bug here. There we go. By the way, is my mic hot? Yes, I can see Twitch, you dumbass. I said I couldn't post the messages on the screen, you stupid fuck. Do you pay attention, Alex? Or are you just out here going all willy-nilly? Dumbass. Wait, but I can't see Twitch. Yeah, you suck too. I love you, Alex. Just fucking with you. Yeah, I use, this is what I use right here. So this is ad block. And I've been using this for years. I think I've even donated a couple times. But yeah, so it's a Chrome extension. You just add it to Chrome. And then, yeah, that's what I get. And it works great. I've got the premium. Let me see. I don't want to give away any info here. Let's see. I've like donated a couple times. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, it works well. I would even, pay for it if they wanted me to. It's been good to me. It's been very good to me. So Tony, shut up. Tony said, now that I know what Barry uses it, I'm switching to another one. Good. You know what else I use, Tony? I use a car, a vehicle. I use a vehicle. I use electricity. I use a shower. Okay. I use food and water. What else can I get you to not use? Jackass. Doesn't I have everything else under Norton, but for some reason Norton got rid of their ad blocker. Oh, yeah, Air. There you go. I use Air, Tony. Night. There you go. Good job. I like that Tony's contributing to his own diss. That's good. That's a good job, buddy. Hey, what up, Cisco? You're not late, bro. The show was so late today. I came in at like 2:20. Nora was like, are you always late on your show? I was like, no. Yes. Okay, guys, I get it. That was the whole bit. The whole joke was the shower. You can stop commenting about it in the chat. I hate both of you, Rudy and Alex. I showered this morning, so both of you can go fuck yourselves. But I came in here at 2:20 to start the show. I shit you not. I promise you. 2:20, sat down because Nora was like, babe, go do your show. I was like, I was working on trying to get a comic booked for this thing that I've partnered with a company out of California, and we're working on this thing. Some of you may have heard of her. Her name is Cactus Tate or Tatum. She's very funny. But I was trying to get this thing booked, and I'm in the process of moving off of X and onto Big Sky and Threads full time. We'll get to that. I promise. It's on the list. But I was doing all that and got distracted. So I came in about 2:20, sat down, and these goddamn headphones, this constant echo. So I was like, well, let me try to fix it one more time. So I literally just sat down and went through every single setting inside of this mixer, this Rodecaster Pro. And then inside of Windows, I've updated vMix. I got nothing. Alex, 2:20, 3:20, tomato. Listen, so I don't know what to do, man. I really am at a loss here. Can't use it for streaming really like I want. And it was weird because the same thing happened when I took it to the radio station and plugged it in. It was a constant echo. I don't get it. What it is, I think, is these Beats have a little microphone right here. And it's like the Beats pick up the microphone. And then the mic, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But then like I plugged into the computer to listen to the feed no problem, but it's a delay because it's got to go through the mixer to the computer and then to the headphones. Couldn't do that because then it's like I talk like that in my head. And I was like, it was like fuck that. Today. Consider myself, self. Nope. So I don't know what to do. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we got shit to do today. Headlines for you. We didn't get to MLB realignment yesterday. We'll do that. I found the absolute greatest video. I didn't know. There's a bunch of videos. I didn't know I needed this in my life. It's from Complex. Excuse me. I don't want to be coughing in your ear. It's from Complex Magazine. And it's rappers rapping the book Llama Llama Red Pajama. And it's the most amazing shit you've ever heard in your whole stupid big dumb life. You're gonna be like, how did I ever fucking go without this? I didn't know I needed this. Yep. Yes, you did. You needed it. Totally needed it. So we're gonna get to that. We'll talk about my move off of X, where I'm headed and why, and then some fantasy football updates. We made 3 leagues, and now we're marching towards 4. In fact, we could do that now if you want. If you're a Patreon member, and you have not signed up for fantasy football yet, the fuck are you doing with your life? Get your shit together. You still have time to join. We'll be drafting the last week of the month. August 29th, 30th, and 31st are when the drafts will occur. What up, Jeff Bell? Good to see you, buddy. So if you haven't joined yet, you want to join, look, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun? Okay. It's a lot of fun. You're a Patreon member already. Okay, you're already there. You might as well join. It's free to enter. So get on board. Get in and sign up. It's not difficult. It's just one draft, and then once a week you set your team. You're good to go. It's a lot of fun. We have 33 right now, so we have 3 full leagues, and if we get 7 more, we'll have 4. And I'll be giving away $100 in cash and prizes per league. Excuse me. $50 cash, $50 Amazon gift card to each winner of each league. So right now I'm on the hook for $300. And if we form a 4th league, I'll be on the hook for $400. Look. So join. Make me pay. Make me pay, people. It's worth it. I mean, it's a lot of money out of my pocket, but it's worth it. What up, Keith? Jen said, no, you won't. No, I won't what? No, I won't what? Jen's trying to pay for it, y'all. That's that bullshit. Jen's like, I'm paying for it, and you can't tell me what to do. And she's right. One, have you ever tried to tell a black woman what to do? Good luck. Yeah. Good luck. But then I was like, no, you're not going to pay for it. And then one, trying to tell a black woman what to do, not happening. 2, I'm pretty sure she could beat me up. So anyways, just get in. Okay. Get in. Let's do it. Yes, let's have 4 leagues. I will pay the $400. Don't let Jen, don't let her Don't let her fool you. She ain't tough. She ain't tough. Somebody time her out so she can't hear me say it. Tony said joining fantasy automatic W when playing Total Dallas. In Total Dallas, are you playing fantasy? Is he in, Jen? Is Total Dallas in? I don't know. Is he in? I thought he played. I thought he played. I thought. I don't know. Oh, of course he is. Okay, good. Yeah. Alex said, well, Astros Twitter follow Barry to the new platform. I don't give a fuck about, I don't care. Quite frankly, it's going to be so nice to be on those other platforms and not see all that horse shit. But we're going to get to that. I promise we're going to get to that. We didn't do any sports yesterday. Keith, how's your lawn look? Mine looks terrible. I have not spent $1 or a dime on water all this whole time. No, I'm not going to True Social, you stupid ass. Tony, I'm going to... Mom, make the bad man stop. Tony's so funny, man. I swear to God. I wanted to one day, I kind of want to go to True Social just to talk shit. Like, just to troll. That would be the only reason I would go to True Social. That literally would be the only reason. Like, everything that's happening on X right now is the only reason I would go to True Social. I would be the opposite of what all these fuckboys are doing on X right now. I would be doing that on True Social. Hey, what up, AJB? Good to see you, pimp. I like that Red Rum Poppy is like, are you reading this chat? Yes, I'm reading all the chats. But if you say something like racist or mean, I won't read it and I'll ban you. So it won't be worth it. Have fun. Enjoy the show. And welcome to the show, by the way. I see that was your first time chatting. Welcome in. But no, I don't want to do that. Yeah. What's up? Red Red Poppy said, yeah, boom. Can we talk about week 0? What's up? Let's talk about it. Let's rap a taste, baby. Yeah, because I didn't talk any sports yesterday, Red Rum. It was all non-sports because I just got back from the road. So, and by the way, welcome to the show, man. This is Barry on Deck. I'm Barry Laminack. Welcome in. We have a good time right here. We talk sports. We shoot the shit. We do this Monday through Thursday. It's supposed to be from 2 to 5, but I'm usually late and get here about 3 Central Time. So, but we have fun, man. So come join us anytime. What's your dilemma? What's your dilemma? I don't want to call you Poppy. All right, I'm just going to call you Red Rum. I'm not calling no grown man Poppy or any man Poppy for whatever. But I'll call you Red Rum. All right, so you have gambling dilemmas. Gotcha. Well, yeah, we don't do a ton of that. I mean, we do. I do mainly NFL. But I want to take KU minus whatever, but all the money in the line movement is telling me Fresno. Okay, here's the thing about monies and line movements when it comes to this shit, man. Here's the thing, Poppy. Damn it, I did it again. I said Poppy. Fuck. Oh, I hope you don't mind cussing. I cuss. When you see all the money coming in and the line movement, here's what I want you to understand, everybody, okay? Everybody. What I want you to understand about wagering and betting and laying out your scratch. So the way that Vegas does this, the way that Vegas does the lines, it's to entice you to usually to bet a certain way. You dig? It's to get the public to lean. It's to get the public to, oh, I like that. I'm going that way. Usually. Not every time, but usually. So I would be cautious about saying, well, man, all the money's coming in on Fresno. And the line is moving on Fresno. All that means is that that's the public. If the Sharps ain't doing it, and I don't know if they are or are not, then you have nothing to worry about. And for those of you that don't know, Sharps are usually either Vegas, those that set the lines, or guys that do this professionally and, you know, the ones that win 52% of the time or whatever. So don't tell the public. Don't follow the public. Don't be like, man, the public's all in on Fresno. I got to go all in on Fresno. That's how you fuck yourself. Don't do that. What up, Alec? Does that make sense, Red Rum? So, I mean, look, man. And the other thing, though, is also don't go with your gut. I mean, you can if you want. It's your money. I don't give a shit. But if I were you, I would try to use some numbers and some reasoning and historical data and some other shit to formulate your opinion. Now, college football there's a reason I don't bet college football. NFL, after week 4, you'll see. I have my own spreadsheet. I have my own formula that I've used over the years on this very show. We've been doing this since May of 2020. So I've been doing this a long time. And actually, I carried it over. I used to be on ESPN radio for like 7-8 years. And I actually started my formula. I jokingly, my name is Barry Laminack, so I call it the Laminator 5000. And I started it when I was doing radio. So that was prior to 2020. So I've been doing this formula and shit a long time and tweaking it year by year. And it's done me well for the most part. But I always wait until at least week 4 or 5 to start because I want data on the teams. This is also why I don't do college. One, there's only 32 teams in the NFL. So the data is controlled. Who they play is controlled, right? In college, there's 150,000 fucking teams. You could be playing D2. You could be playing, you know, like fucking. You don't like. You could have Michigan playing Sam Houston State, and then go play Rutgers, and then you know what I mean. So it's like. It's much more difficult to compare college football teams against each other because one, what is Tech, like Texas Tech, for example, in a Big 12 schedule? How do you compare them to Texas and an SEC schedule? You have seniors and juniors and you don't know what freshmen coming in are going to look like and so on and so forth. It's just a lot more difficult, man, even with having several weeks of data. So Red Rum said, show me your transaction history. I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid at all, pimp. Don't think I don't have it either. Yeah, I pretty much bet 14 weeks a year. I ain't stupid with my money. Let me see here. Hold on. Gambling. Let's see. 2024. Here we go. Chrome resize. All right. Yeah. This right here. Here we go. Laminator 5000 for its lifetime is 50.44%. Now, I, for my lifetime, am 56.725%. So 56.72% for that same period of the Laminator 5000 starting in 2018. And this was back before I was using a formula, like a tried and true formula. And then I skipped to 2020. And then you can see that using the formula in hey, Red Rum, thank you for the follow, man. Much appreciated. So the formula really got like concrete in 2021, and it went almost 52% to 54, 51. Last year was a bad year. For me, now here's the thing about the formula. It does not take into account injuries. It doesn't take into account weather. It doesn't take into account benched players. None of those things. It is strictly a formula, right? So what I've done is I've taken this formula that I've created and I judge it just on that. So just numerically based on data, wins and losses, scores, yardage, all that shit is what goes into this formula, this Laminator 5000. But then that's what I use with knowledge of weather, injuries, performances, coaching changes, blah, 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 along with data from the formula. And that allows me to make educated decisions. And that's why my number is always better than the formulas, because the formula doesn't have the luxury of injuries and weather and everything else. Does that make sense? So the formula is meant to just give you hey, if everything was the same and all things equal, here's who should win. And then I take that and run with it and go, well, and it does take into account like home versus road and dogs and shit. But, if Lamar Jackson is injured in week 15, it doesn't take that into account. It just looks at Baltimore. So, but I can adjust accordingly. And that's why my numbers are usually better. So yeah, I had some 60% years in there. 2023 was not great. About 53% last year, which is good. 53% is good. And yeah, so far I'm at 56%. I also break it down for over unders. Hitting at about 52.5% on that. Did not do good last year or 2 years ago. Did about 61% the year before last. And then this variable stuff is something that I'd have to go like way into the weeds on it. But yeah, so there it is. And if you don't believe, like here's week 15, just a random one. So this is what I estimated. Like, I'll just give you an example. Week 15, I estimated that was Dallas at Cincy. Cincy was favored, and I estimated the final score to be 26-20 Dallas. But Cincy was the favorite, and they were a 6-point favorite. And I said that it should have been, I'm sorry, they were a 4.5 point favorite. I said that Dallas should have won by 6, but since he was a 4-point favorite, so you actually have to add the 4 points. And so I came out with an adjusted score of 30 to, 30.8 to 20 would be the final score. So my pick, which comes way over here, when you see picks, where are they? Here we go. So the formula decision was to take Dallas, and I took Cincy. I took Cincy in that, even though the formula said to take Dallas. That was when I think Dak was out, but they had put up all those big numbers early in the season, so that offense was prolific. Burrow was back, yada, yada, yada. Logic was telling you Dallas wasn't playing well at that time. So I took Cincy. The spread, the formula said to take Dallas. I took the 4.5, or I gave the 4.5 anyways, despite the formula. And turns out Cincy was the winner. So the spread lost, but I won. So that's how it works. Got it? Got it. Like in this case, the formula said to take Green Bay. I took Detroit. Formula was right. Green Bay won. So that's what those wins and losses are. That's for the formula. So this week the formula went 8-5. I went 7-6. So that's how I do it every week. That's how I break it down. So yeah, bro. I only do it 14 weeks a year plus playoffs. But it ain't like I'm up here fucking around with my thumb up my ass with no rhyme or reason behind it. Alex said hearing the formula reminds me of the song. Oh, by the DOC? I used to love the DOC, bro. Yo, man, that's the formula. So, long and the short of it, you said... Alex said official call-in moving day settled in. My daughter just said that's one less person to pay for when we go out to eat. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Red Rum said 90% money across the board on KU. I see some sharp action on Fresno spread. Well, there you go then. And NFL announces it's cracking down on unsportsmanlike conduct. Throat slashes and nose wipes. Yeah, because they don't have enough important shit to do. Jesus, that's so stupid. So stupid. So damn stupid. I swear to God. What up, Perry? Good to see you, brother. All right, let's get into some sports headlines. Red Rum, I hope you hang around, brother. Let's get into some sports headlines. And then, because I can't wait. We're going to talk MLB realignment, but I really want y'all to see this. What up, Potch? I really want y'all to see this llama llama red pajama shit. It's absolutely hilarious. Jeff Bell said never take Dallas. All right, here we go. Sports headlines. Come on. All right, here's your sports headlines for the day. Lamar Jackson is okay after an injury scare at the Ravens practice. Quote unquote, prayers were answered after he avoided serious injury. X-rays on Jackson's injured foot revealed no damage. According to head coach John Harbaugh, he's fine. He's going to be good. That was what Harbaugh said after Thursday's practice. Harbaugh did acknowledge that there was uncertainty Wednesday when the two-time MVP left the practice field 40 minutes early. But Harbaugh breathed a sigh of relief when the team got the x-rays. I told the guys, prayers don't get answered. Oh, prayers do get answered. Excuse me. I was praying. Jackson didn't practice Thursday, which marked the first time he was sidelined by injury this summer. I'm sure it's a little sore, Harbaugh said. But good news, Ravens open the season in 17 days when they play the Bills. Jackson was knocked to the ground during team drills. He stayed to throw a couple more passes before heading to the team facility. So, but everything looks fine in that regard. Other injury news real quick. Eagles wide receiver Johnny Wilson to have season-ending surgery. So, not good for the Eagles there. Other news you see on your screen. Not that we needed it. Not that anybody wanted it, but Jake Paul set up another fight. Yay! Ugh. Jake Paul is going to be fighting Tank Davis November 14th. And here's ESPN's article. Says all you need to know. All I need to know is I ain't watching the bitch. I ain't paying for it. I'll tell you that. I'll bootleg that bitch. Yes, I said it out loud. I'll bootleg your shit, Jake. I ain't paying for your raggedy ass fights. Fuck you. The announcement that Jake Paul's next opponent will be WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Tank Davis on Friday the 14th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. It's live on Netflix. Motherfucker, I already get Netflix. Fuck. Came out of nowhere. Paul had been in the news for a potential heavyweight showdown with former unified champ Anthony Joshua. Davis had been linked to a rematch with Lamar Roach Jr. However, Paul and Davis came to an agreement Wednesday for a fight between two of the biggest names in boxing. This is fucking ridiculous. How is Jake Paul one of the biggest names in boxing when he's a fucking fraud? How did they come together? What happened to the other names each fighter was linked to? What does it all mean? Blah, blah, blah. Let's try to make some sense of it. Jake Paul put out this hit list. And this hit list is ridiculous. because it's pretty silly. But it says in 2021, Paul revealed a hit list of opponents he wanted to fight. Paul was 3-0 in his boxing career with wins over YouTuber Anderson Gibb, NBA slam dunk champ Nate Robinson, and MMA fighter Ben Askren. So that's how Davis's name kind of ended up on the list. There's a whole bunch of other names on the list. I'm looking at it right here. Tyron Woodley, Canelo, the Diaz brothers, Kamaru Usman, Timmy Fury, Conor McGregor, KSI, Logan Paul. It's just stupid. Says both sides realized the fight would be a big cultural event. Like it or not, Paul's one of the biggest attractions in boxing. Yeah, but not one of the best. That's the thing. He's one of the most overhyped, but not one of the best. I guess he is one of the biggest names in boxing. I guess so. So it says, is this a real fight? Isn't Davis a champ at 135 pounds and Jake Paul a 200-pound cruiserweight? Yeah. That's part of the problem. Jake Paul don't fight people his own size that know how to fucking box. And if they are, they're 130 fucking years old. I wish to fucking God Jake Paul would fight a 200-pound fighter in his fucking prime so that he could get knocked the fuck out and go away. Because all he does is fight 130-pound guys that he's got 70 pounds on, or he fights 200-pound guys that are 80 years old that he's got 50 years on. But he's always going to have a fucking advantage. It's a fucking sham, bro. It's a sham. It's like the bully in junior high. He's never going to pick on anyone that can whoop his ass. He's always going to pick on little kids or like fat, mushy kids or the mentally challenged or handicapped kids or nobody that can whoop his ass. Nobody. He's just going to keep picking up. And everybody's like, well, what about the MMA fighter? It's fucking boxing. It is like, it's two different sports, man. It's like taking a rugby player and putting him in the NFL and being like, well, I don't know why it looks so bad. I mean, it's a fucking ball shaped like an egg and you run with your feet. It's two different disciplines, man. Completely. It's not the same. MMA guys don't learn how to box properly. Ever. Unless they were a boxer. And there's not that many. Most of the guys come from wrestling backgrounds, which is what Ben Askren was. He was a fucking wrestler. Those guys have awful hands. So he's beat up a basketball player, a YouTuber, and a fucking MMA wrestler. Whoop-de-fuck. And I'm pretty sure he had the weight advantage on all of them. And then, I don't know. It's just, Jesus Christ, man. Ugh, fuck, I hate this dude. I just hate even having to talk about this jackwad motherfucker. I swear to God. This is the biggest sham in sports. It really is. This is the biggest goddamn sham in sports, and people keep falling for it. I hope to God that it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You really think a 135-pound dude is going to go in there and just beat the brakes off of this guy? He has enough skill to not let that happen. But if you take any boxing expert, I do this every time this motherfucker gets any run. Every time. If you take any boxing expert that knows shit all about the sport and have them watch some Jake Paul tape and watch his technique, they're like, he's trash. He's shit. Because he is. His footwork is garbage. His hands are trash. He's slow as fuck. He just happens to be fighting people that he has an advantage over, either physically or age-wise or whatever, or he's paying them off. I firmly believe that too. Get the fuck out of here. It's a goddamn circus. Fucking clown. Fuck. Hate him so much. I swear to God, I hope he snaps an ankle walking to the ring. I said it. I fucking said it. Yes, I've never in my life wished an injury on any athlete. I hope he snaps a goddamn ankle on the way to the ring. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. What happened? Shit, man. I was out for a second. What happened to the show? Are we back? Whew, man, I went out for a minute. Whew. Whoa. Whew. I went out for a second there. I don't know. Whew. What happened to the show? Are we good? Are we still on? I don't know what happened. I feel like I went under for a minute. Man. Anyways. Whew. Man. Whew. Blacked out for a second. I don't know. I hope that everything's okay. Okay. Looks like we're good. It's crazy. Weird. Okay. Yeah, Jake Paul versus 100 gorillas. Fucking, I wish. I wish. Rudy Rod. And on the undercard. First of all, you spelled my name wrong, you dumbass. Barry Laminack versus Josh Ennis. That fat motherfucker. He. First of all, that's one of them meow, 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 all talk motherfuckers. Okay. Second of all, I'm 51. I don't have stamina because I'm old. He don't have stamina because he's fat. Okay. Neither one of us would last 30 seconds in the ring for very different reasons. Both of us would be technical knockouts. Mine would be due to cardio. His would be due to cholesterol. That's just how that fight would go. Oh yeah, true, John Dorier. Netflix has the WWE, so Paul's fight fits with the system. A little bit, right? Fucking little bit. He needs to fight Usyk, the heavyweight champ, and see what happens. I don't know. Whoever the fuck. He just needs to fight a real boxer. You can get high cholesterol from eating shit. He just needs to fight real competition. That's it. Jake versus Barry, YouTuber versus Twitcher, $1.09. Okay, that's just fucking stupid, Alex. You were doing fine. And then Usyk is the boxing heavyweight champ. Yeah. Well, he won't do that. He won't do that. And he's a cruiserweight, not a heavyweight. If he's 200 pounds, he's a cruiserweight. So, I mean, fight the cruiserweight champ. You don't even need to fight the heavyweight champ. Rudy said, you know I'm driving to Texas. Leave me alone. Well, don't drive in Texas. It's fucking dangerous, Rudy. Jackass. You're going to have a wreck. All right, let's talk MLB realignment for a minute. Now that I've got that rant out of the way. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, one more tidbit from the headlines. Well, a couple more. Shedeur Sanders is going to play Saturday. The Browns have already gone ahead and named Joe Flacco as their starter. And Dylan Gabriel is the second string quarterback, and Shedeur Sanders is third string as of going into Thursday. Sanders said everything's good in regards to his oblique injury and that he's not worried about the remarks that Dylan Gabriel said. If you didn't hear this, I think this is interesting. Shedeur Sanders downplayed the controversy surrounding the comments that Dylan Gabriel made during an in-game interview last week, saying that Gabriel later approached him to tell him the quote was not directed at him. But you be the judge, chat. You tell me, does this sound like it was or was not directed at Shedeur Sanders? When Gabriel was asked during his CBS broadcast about, quote, tuning out the noise, end quote, surrounding the Browns quarterback competition, Gabriel said, and I quote, yeah, it's just part of it.
Very nice.
Harley, thank you for the follow. Harley, you're a gentleman and a scholar, or a lady and a scholar, or a them, they and a scholar. I don't fucking know. It's 2025. But I sure do appreciate you following. Okay, Harley. Nice. That's a very nice message. You fucking weirdo. You did all that just so you could leave that message? Jesus Christ. Sweet life you got, Harley. With 4 Ys. As what your mom said 4 times after she had you. Why? Why didn't I just fucking abort? All right, so the quote, Gabriel said when he was asked about tuning out the noise, quote, yeah, it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. But my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. But then he goes up to Shedeur and says, it wasn't about you. Come on, fam. You can't say there's entertainers and there's competitors when we all know what's going on at Browns camp. And then say, who was it about then? It wasn't about Deshaun. It wasn't about Joe Flacco. Who was it about? Myles Garrett? It was. Who was it about? It was about one person. He said that Gabriel's entertainers comment was taken by many on social media as a reference to Sanders. Honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything Sanders said. If it's not words or anything at this point, I can't do anything to me. It can't do anything to me. I know that God put the ability and the power within me to not even think about nobody else's comments, not care. It is what it is. I spoke with him. He told me on the plane. He came up. He was like, nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I'm not tripping. Regardless of what it was, nobody's words or anything affects me. You hear that, Harley? Nothing you say in this chat, you fucking weirdo, is going to affect me. So, I mean, you're the weirdo coming to somebody's chat like, yeah, sweet life, Harley. I'm not even going to ban you. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to do shit. I'm just going to let you punch yourself out like a fucking weirdo that you are, Harley. So that was kind of crazy that went down. And then there was one more news and note that I wanted to get to. The father of Celtic star Jaylen Brown arrested after a stabbing. Quentin Brown was arrested Thursday morning and is scheduled for a court appearance Thursday, according to reports. Las Vegas police said the stabbing occurred after 2 people got into an argument over a parking space at All American Park. The victim was taken to a local hospital after he was stabbed in the stomach and is recovering. That's crazy, man. That just goes to show you. I don't care who your kid is or who your parents are, man. Don't fuck with people's parking spots. All right. Let's get to this MLB realignment thing. Yeah, Alex said, damn, we stabbing over parking spots? Shit is heated out in these Walmart lots, bro. Shit gets heated, bruh. I like that Total Dallas did say that. I appreciate you saying that, Total Dallas. I refuse J. Paul as a boxer. Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of refusing to acknowledge it. Punch said it gets wild at the HEB on Shepherd. So I get it. I mean, yeah. I'm trying to think where like parking goes nuts. Alex at Walmart, probably Family Dollar. Where around here? I don't think it's too bad, really. I'm trying to think where there's like, it's always hard to park. And I can't really figure. Donna's at HEB on San Felipe. It's crazy too. It's always the fucking HEBs. Man. Where's a place where I go that I'm like, I can't find a fucking spot to save my goddamn life. Uriel said, if my wife and I get home at the same time, it happens at home. How many times has she stabbed you, Uriel? That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I'll be honest with you. One of the things, like when I go down, like the secret group, there's never parking. That's one. So that club down there, that comedy club is tough. Kmart was crazy back in the day. John Dorier. Really? Chick-fil-A can get wild. I will say that. Chick-fil-A can get crazy. Yeah. Parking at Punchline, Donna. I'll tell you a secret. Go find garage parking. That's what I do. I don't like valet. It's too expensive. I just go a couple blocks down and park in a garage. Now, I will say, as a comic, they give me a voucher, so I only pay $5 to park. But this garage, it's like, I don't know how much it is per hour. I want to say it's like, I don't know, it's like $5 an hour or something like that. But the Punchline is nice enough to give me a voucher since I'm performing. So I just pay a flat fee, $5. So I get kind of, but I still have to pay. I don't get free parking, even though I'm performing. But, which sucks. I mean, because even like when I go down before the open mics and do the workshop, when it's like last time I went down, I didn't even stay and do the open mic. I went down, I did the workshop. I don't get paid to do the workshop. I do it for free. So I had to pay gas there and back. It's about 45 minutes. I had to pay tolls and parking. It cost me money to go teach that fucking workshop for free. Yeah, Alex said Jesus, Chick-fil-A at lunch. Yup. What you in for, man? Parking spot. Yeah. What are you in for, bro? Murder. What are you in for? Armed robbery. What are you in for? Fighting over a parking spot. Damn. You gangster, bro. Yeah, Donna, do the garage stuff. There's a parking app. I don't remember what it's called. Let me see if I have it on my phone. It's like Parking Buddy or something. But there's like a parking app you can get. Oh, Don said, I met someone who went to your workshop last week, but can't remember who it was. Oh. Yeah. I've done 2 now there at the Punchline. But I've done all these workshops like a fucking 100 times now. I've done them at the Improv. I've done them at, no, I would kick him out. It wasn't Total Dallas. I've done them at the Improv. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't kick him out. I've done them at the Improv. I've done them at the Old Joke Joint. I've done them online. I did them on Zoom for comics during the pandemic. Yeah, so I even think you need to talk to a manager about getting free parking. What? I don't know what that means, Rudy. I don't know what that means, Rudy. I don't know what that means, Rudy. I don't know. Oh. Tom said, no, I probably met them while I was at Ducky's drinking beers. Oh. Sorry, $2. That's not true. All right. Looks like old dipshit Harley punched himself out. Oh, fuck me. Y'all know my buddy Justin Trapp. So if you don't know my buddy Justin, he is an entrepreneur. He's done this show before. In fact, he had done the nightly live chats long time ago when I was doing those. When I first started doing them, remember I would bring in just random friends of mine, and Justin was a he was one of my buddies that I brought in that was an entrepreneur, a business owner, and he was also not a pastor in his church, but I don't know what you would call it, but he was heavily involved in his church, a deeply religious man, a man of faith, I guess I should say. Maybe not deeply religious, but a man of conviction and a man of faith. And we are really good friends. And I admire him and his convictions and faith, and he leaves me be about my lack thereof. And we've never let that, be a detriment to our friendship. But he came on one time, and we talked about like Joel Osteen and religion, I think, on one of those nightly live chats. But we also had some discussions about business and whatnot. And he's a very wise businessman. Well, he was on X today, X, which I'm going to get to that as well here in a minute. But he was on X today, and he said that YouTube, and I thought this was crazy. Now, look, I'm one of those cats that like, hey man, I'm not down for this shit for a lot of people unless it's hate speech. I don't like, I don't want like religion and shit necessarily pushed upon me, but at the same time, I think you should have the right to put whatever the fuck you want. But he had tweeted out that YouTube had asked him. Let me see if I can find it. He said YouTube ad reps. He said YouTube ad reps want us to remove the word gospel and pastor from any of our YouTube titles and descriptions to avoid getting video ad banned. Isn't that crazy? Now look, again, I'm not a religious guy. I'm not, y'all know me. That's not what I do. That's not my thing. But that seems kind of chicken shit to tell somebody whose primary business, like he owns this business called Ministry Pass. And what it basically does is he creates like slide decks and presentations and lessons and stuff for churches and ministers and stuff, and they can subscribe to it. Kind of like, think of Canva, but for ministers. So, you know, I mean, he's involved with the church. He's a man of faith. And it ain't harming nobody. It's what he does. But it said YouTube ad rep wants us to remove the word gospel and pastor from any of our YouTube titles and descriptions to avoid getting video ad banned. And then he ended with do what? It just makes no sense. I don't know. So I just responded with my advice for him. And I just said, look, I would respond and say, I prayed on it, and Jesus told me to tell you to go fuck yourself. Oh, God. And he said, I spit my drink out. Also, Jesus would never say that. It's good times. That's definitely what I would have said, though. I do like this taken out of context. Sorry, bro. I had a phone call. What's your unit size? I mean, it depends. You know, was I swimming? Is it summer, winter? Am I scared? Jesus. Jesus, I did? Yeah. Yeah, you did, Jesus. Jesus. Yeah, you did. I mean, look, bro, my unit size, it's nothing to brag about. You know what I mean? Probably average. Probably about average. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want a number? You want to put a number on it? I mean, that's personal. I mean, anywhere between like 5 and 10, just depending on the situation. Don't I wish? Ew. Don't I wish? Yeah, no, I don't do no $100 and $200 shit. Bro, I'm a broke fucking fledgling YouTube fuckface and Twitch fuckface. Fear erections. No, what I do a lot of times what I'll do is, because you got to remember too, I'm doing every game. So I'm not betting every game every week. That's just craziness. I'm usually keeping track. And then I might be like, all right, I like these 2 or these 3. And I might put down like $5 or $10 per game. But the most I'll do in a week is like $50 max in a week. But I'm not one of them cats. I've never been that guy from a gambling perspective that's out here spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars a week. I get into it for the math. I get into it for the formulas and the being able to prove it. And I do it all live. So, I mean, you're welcome to check back if you don't believe it. Ask chat. I do all of my picks live. It is all for the public to see. I can pull up past shows where you'll be like, you'll see exactly what it is. And then I might be like, you know what? I like this one. I like that one. I feel good about this. These are the numbers. But I mean, you got to figure there's 16 games? I mean, fuck, even at $10 a game, that'd be $160. That's too rich for my blood. My wife would fucking murder my face if I did that. Even winning 60% of the time. She'd still be like, are you fucking out of your goddamn mind? Are you out of your mind? Which is wild because I'm not losing overall, but I still, I don't know. It's never been about that. It's always been about the challenge because every year I tweak the formula. That's why some years are down, some years are up. For me, it's more about that. It's more about trying to beat the system than make the money. That's just me. But I know cats that, like I said, when I was at ESPN Radio, the show after me had two dudes that gambled a lot of money. And kudos to them. That's not been my thing. But we do go over it. We do go over it extensively. And we have plenty of folks in this chat throughout the year that are heavily into it. And we'll, pop in and be like, hey, bro, what do you think about this game? And I'm happy to do it. Happy to tell you, well, this is what the formula says. This is what I think. And then you do with it what you wish. I mean, it's kind of like an algorithm, I guess, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. What up, Walt? Speaking of cats that wager way more money than I do, there's one right there. But yeah, no, mine is just, it's like a whole ass formula that I use to determine. I come up with a couple things. I come up with, I think each team is going to score each week versus their opponent, what I think the spread should be in Vegas, what I think the over-under should be, and then I make decisions based on all that. And then people will ask me, hey, bro, what do you think about the over-under on this game? Or what do you think about this team plus this? And I'll be like, well, my formula says this, but so-and-so is hurt or it's supposed to rain. So if you take that into account, that could be worth X amount or, and then we go from there. So, but when I do bet, it's usually $5-10, sometimes 20 on bigger shit. Yeah, Poch said a friend AJ had used your formula, they would have made a killing. And I got the idea to do it from them. Fred and AJ, like AJ left ESPN to go to a gambling website. But I got the idea, and Fred's the one that made me do it, actually. Rest in peace to Fred Fowler. He's the one that made me do it because I was like, the whole reason I started this is I had picked up an advertiser for my show, not this show, when I was on ESPN Radio. I had picked up a gambling website and I hadn't really been a gambler before. And I was like, man, I really need to learn the business if I'm going to be doing reads for them. And Fred was like, man, just come up with your own method. I was like, what do you mean my own method? And he was like, man, everybody has their own method. He was like, are you into math? I was like, I'm a stats nerd. I get into it. He's like, well, just come up with a method of like looking at past numbers and things. And he wouldn't even give me his to start. He was just like, you just got to let it take you where it takes you, bro. Look, I'm not, I know you guys always fuck with me about being dumb as shit. And this is true. I don't know if Jenny is mom. I don't know if we ever talked about this on the show, but one time in high school, I did invent a new mathematical formula. Or there was this long story short, our teacher was like, you always had to show your work. And she would show you how to solve the problem and then teach you like, okay, this is the problem and here's how you solve it. And this is the formula to solve it. This is how you do it. And then I noticed a thing or I started noticing like this pattern that you could cut out like 6 steps and it worked every time. It was like a shorter formula and it ended up just being like a new way to do it. I don't even remember what it was. I think my mom said she still has it. But I was like, you could just, if her formula was like 12 steps, mine was 4. And it worked every time without fail. And she tried to fail me for it or on that test. And my mom was like, how are you going to fail if you just invented a new mathematical equation to solve the problems in less steps. You should be rewarding him for it. Because my mom was a teacher. And the teacher eventually was like, you know what, you're right. And so she had me go up and teach the whole class the new way of doing it. I mean, I don't know. That's about as far as I know it, God. I don't know if she was like, took it like to the fucking Rand McNally or whoever the fuck makes books and was like, here's a new way to do it, and took credit for it or not. I don't know. But it was definitely like different. So yeah, I've always been into numbers like that, but yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. But I'm certainly not like a computer algorithm guy like you would think that some of those cats are. I'm not that smart. Sometimes. All right. Let me see here. I want to do this realignment stuff for a minute. Because MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said he wants to realign Major League Baseball before he calls it quits. And that's on his list of to-dos. Hey, Amos, sir, kiss my ass. Amos said a regular old Einstein that Barry is. Yeah, I don't know about that. What's the old saying? Sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then. Fred was a wizard when it came to the ponies. Yeah. I made a house note one Saturday and didn't know anything about 1 horsepower. Yes. Fred definitely knew his shit when it came to the ponies. That's a fact. No, I have not seen the Jimmy Ward accusation. Let me see this. Jimmy Ward. Domestic violence civil suit. Not good. Houston, Texas safety Jimmy Ward, who was arrested in June on a felony domestic violence charge, is now being sued by the woman he allegedly assaulted. The woman filed a lawsuit Wednesday in Harris County District Court alleging she was violently assaulted multiple times, both sexually and physically, by Ward, including in the presence of their 3-year-old child. Jesus. She's seeking damages of more than $20 million. Her attorney, stop me if you've heard this before, Tony Busby, represented multiple women in their sexual misconduct assault cases against former Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. In the lawsuit against Ward, the plaintiff also accuses him of emotional abuse, financial manipulation, drug use, and threats against her life. She said that in the early morning hours leading to Ward's June 12 arrest, he slapped her, choked her, threatened her, and forced her to perform oral sex, and that she had an opportunity to escape. She took their child and ran and naked into the streets, where she called 911. Sue says that since Ward's arrest, he has contacted the woman in violation of his bond agreement. He was also arrested earlier this month for another violation after testing positive for alcohol. Our main focus right now is the grand jury. This is for the first week of September to try to convince the grand jury that Jimmy should not be indicted. Ward's attorney, Stephen Jackson, told ESPN, "We're going to take this one step at a time. We're going to focus on the criminal allegations to try to get those dismissed, and then we'll focus on the civil suit." When contacted by ESPN, the Texans declined to comment. NFL said in June that it was aware of Ward's arrest and was in contact with the Texans. Nick Caserio was asked about Ward's initial arrest on the first day of training camp. Said the team would kind of let the legal process take care of itself. We'll work with the league. We will be compliant on our end to do the best we can. Whatever the outcome is, we'll handle it accordingly. Ward, 34, was put on the Texans' physically unable to perform list because of a foot injury to start training camp and has not been activated. His criminal case is scheduled to go to grand jury on August 31st. So in 10 days. Yeah, look, I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know anything about the case, so I can't, I can't speak to it. You know what I mean? I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it. This is the first I've read about it. So obviously to say anything would be speculative and really just reckless. All I can say is I think it will be interesting to see what happens after it goes to the grand jury. Because now, a couple of things to remember about a grand jury indictment or lack thereof, okay? An indictment by a grand jury does not mean guilty. It also doesn't mean innocent. It just means that that group of people does not believe that there is enough evidence to proceed with a trial and get a conviction, or that there is just an abundance of lack of evidence. So that's really all that means. And this is why a lot of times you'll see prosecutors or district attorneys say, we're taking our time and we're doing our due diligence to gather our evidence, because you only get one shot at presenting it to the grand jury. And if you go in with a flimsy case or, half-cocked or whatever, you fuck it up, you don't get another chance, you could potentially be letting a criminal go. And just because you present a case to the grand jury doesn't automatically mean conviction for that person. Because once you put them in front of a jury of their peers or a judge, maybe something completely different. So who knows? Yeah, Alex said maybe there's video somewhere that hasn't been released. Maybe, you just don't know, Tony. Trade Jimmy Ward to the Browns for 3 first-round picks. Stat. Jen is going to fucking cut you. I mean, you don't know. You don't know. But it will be interesting to see what the next move is in the civil suit once a grand jury's decision has been made. That'll be interesting. That will be interesting. All right. Real quick, let's talk about expansion real fast. Right fast. So this is an article on The Athletic. And Walt, if you guys don't know, Walt is a huge fan of The Athletic. Right, Walt? Yeah. But this is an article written by Stephen Nesbitt. This is from a broadcast booth in Williamsport. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred stoked the flames of expansion talk Sunday by saying adding 2 teams would give the league an opportunity to geographically realign. That's when that's news when the commissioner says it's publicly. But impending realignment has not been a closely guarded secret. Expanding the 32 clubs would necessitate some reshuffling. When Jim Bowden redrew division lines in 2023, he imagined Manfred ditching the American and National League labels, adopting East and West conferences. In that version, the most geographically proximate teams became division rivals: Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Angels, Cubs, White Sox, Royals, Cardinals, Marlins, Rays, Orioles, Nationals, yada, yada. But I think there's a simpler way to realign divisions without changing league names or disrupting traditional rivals like Cardinals, Cubs, Dodgers, Giants, in the name of shaving off a few airline miles. Says when realigning to 8 4-team divisions in 2002, the NFL announced 7 possible realignment scenarios. The one ultimately chosen made the league's footprint more sensible without moving many teams. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Houston, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans, and Tampa were assigned to the newly created South divisions. that Indianapolis also moved to the AFC South because Miami refused, as a reminder that no realignment will make complete sense. And only one team changed conferences. So this would be, let's see here. This is what the, yeah, well, that's a good point too. Ward was going to have a tough time making the squad. This won't help. I mean, just shit, being out with a foot injury certainly isn't going to help, but yeah. Oh, total Dallas. Here's what realignment would look like for the American League realignment. So the AL East would now be, hold on, let me fix this here. Uh-oh, what have I done here? There we go. The American League realignment, AL East would now be Toronto, New York, Boston, and Baltimore. The AL North would be Minnesota, the White Sox, Detroit, and Cleveland. The AL West would be one of the expansion teams, either Portland or Salt Lake City, along with Seattle, the Las Vegas A's, and the Angels. And then Colorado would change leagues and join the AL South, which would also include Kansas City, Texas, and Houston. That would be a new division. So one of the things Manfred's trying to do is cut down on travel. And then the NL would look like this. You would have the NL East, which would be the Mets, Pirates, Phillies, and Nationals, Natties. The NL North would be Milwaukee, Chicago, Cubs, Cincinnati Reds, and St. Louis Cardinals. The NL West would be San Francisco, the Dodgers, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the San Diego Padres. And then the new division, the NL South, would include the expansion team, either Nashville or Raleigh. And then Atlanta, Tampa Bay, who would change leagues, and Miami. Which is wild because they've been talking about moving Tampa Bay or both Tampa and Miami. They wanted to move one of them back to Montreal. I don't know why you do that. Fuck. Move Tampa and Miami up to Nashville and Raleigh, right? And then just fucking expand somewhere else. Because that's crazy, because neither one of those cities give a fuck about their teams. Honestly. Neither one of those cities give a shit about their teams. Like, why not do that and give New Orleans a baseball team? Or give San Antonio a baseball team? Or, you know, like, there's a ton of other places you could put a baseball team. But if you're thinking about both of those, instead of moving either one of those to Montreal where they don't give a shit, just put them back there. Anyways. And then if you added, like, maybe you wanted to add, I don't know. Maybe you wanted to add both. Like, let's go back here. Maybe you wanted to add both Portland and Salt Lake City. Well, fine. Then what you would do, oh, that's not, what the shit was that? Nope, not what I wanted there. Okay, chill out. That was crazy. They got weird. I was trying to pull up the telestrator. So what you would do is if you wanted both Portland and Salt Lake City, right? You'd have Seattle, Portland. You'd have Seattle, Portland, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, and LA. The Angels. Well, then if you had that, let's open this image. And open this image. Right? So if you had these superimposed on each other, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams in the West. And you could include Colorado in there. That would make it 10. Or you could just take Las Vegas out, and that would make it 8. And then you could make Las Vegas, Colorado, KC, and Texas. Right? Yeah. So now you would have this. Oh, wait. Now you would have this as 1. And then you would have this as 2. And then you're like, well, what do you do with Houston? Well, easy. Houston, since you're just moving this, since you're over here. Hold on. You would basically, this would be Tampa Bay, and this would be Miami. So then Houston would join this. So that new division, the NL South, would be Houston, Atlanta, Nashville, and Raleigh. I mean, I do like the idea of Texas, the Rangers, and Houston being in the same division. It makes sense, but okay, there's other ways to do it. You know what I mean? Like you could certainly keep that. But I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if you're these two teams, man. I don't know. These two teams right here, they don't want baseball. They don't give a shit. They just don't give a shit. Get rid of them. Move them here. Take Houston. You know, you got Texas. And just do some shit like this, maybe. Go 3 5-team leagues. I don't know. There's some other shit you could do. But I do think realignment is going to happen. And of the 4 options that they have, Total Dallas, you're hilarious. Relegate Houston to AAA. Shut up. Yeah, Florida should have 1 team. Call them the Panthers. Oh. Amos said, baseball doesn't work in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, maybe. Okay. Move South Oklahoma out of the Astros division. I mean, the natural rivalries make a ton of sense, though, Alex. What up, L? L said, according to where'd it go? L said, this is on YouTube. By the way, L, what's up? We're on Twitch and YouTube. L said, according to NFL Hall of Famer Eric Dixon, the NFL told teams not to draft Shedeur Sanders. You got a source besides just saying Eric Dickerson said that? I'm gonna need a source, pimp. We all about them sources on here. We all about them sources on here. Damn it, I did it again. That's hilarious. So that's what expansion could look like. I think of all the teams that they're talking about expanding to, which would be Nashville, Raleigh, Portland, and Salt Lake City, I think the most viable options are probably Nashville and Salt Lake City. That would be my 2 guesses. That would be my two guesses. Although I bet they would like to put Portland up there just to give Seattle a natural rival. But Salt Lake City kind of would create a triangle between Vegas and Colorado as well. But I'd go Salt Lake City and Nashville if it were me. But again, why move the A's to Vegas? Could have just moved them to another one. But okay. Okay. I got to do this llama red pajama shit. By the way, for those of you that are members of Patreon, don't forget, we got fantasy football coming up. So we are at 33 players. We have 3 full leagues. That is 3 full leagues. I was trying to find them. So, if we get 7 more, we'll do a 4th league. If we get 7 more people, I will do a 4th league. I don't mind doing that at all. And so you're aware, let me just do this. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Shit. Well, this will have to do. BOD fantasy football. We're also doing the Pick'em contest. Now, to play fantasy football, you do have to be a member of Patreon. That is for Patreon members only. But if you're a member of Patreon, it's free to play. League winners will each get $50 cash and a $50 gift card to Amazon. So, you don't have to pay to play. You're already in Patreon. And, I mean, if you're already a member, you might as well sign up. You might as well join. It's there. Just take advantage of it. Also, this is this. So you'll get $100 or you'll get $50 cash, $50 Amazon gift card. I will have, also we're doing the fantasy pick'em contest. If you missed that last year, that's where, everybody puts in $20 into the pot. Okay. And the way you enter this is just email Jen right there on your screen, jen@barryondeck.com. By the way, if you're a member of Patreon and you want to play fantasy football, also email jen@barryondeck.com, and she will get you into a fantasy league as well. But the pick'em contest is real simple. We'll have a matchup each week pulled from one of the fantasy leagues. So, it'll be a random matchup each week. And then I'll show you the lineups and their estimated point totals. And then you will just email your picks, or I'll have a form for you to fill out, and you'll just make your pick. It'll submit that. And as long as you get that in before kickoff Thursday night, your pick will be in. If your pick is right, you get a point. For every point that you get right, you get $1 back from your entry fee. So it's $20 to enter. Right? Now, $2 goes into the winner pool automatically. That way we have some money to give to the winner, first place and second place. But then the remaining $18, that's $1 for every week of the season. If you were to pick every matchup right for all 18 weeks during fantasy and during football season, you would get all $18 back. But if you miss one, that dollar would go back into the winner pool. So as you can see, we had 19 people join the Pick'em contest last year, which was a total of $232. But I mean, what? 19 times 2, that's $38 minimum. That was the bare minimum. And then we do like 70% for first place, 30% for second place. I think that's what we did. I'd have to go back and look. But you can see like Alex Villanueva won, and he picked 13 weeks correctly out of the 18. So not only did he win $162.40, but he also got $13 back of his 20. Yep. Jeff Bell, Skiggity, and Jesus all picked 12 weeks correctly. So they split the second place pool, which was $69.60, and they got their $12 back. So we divided $69.60 by 3, and we added the $12 for each of them, and that's what they got from their $20. So each of them made money. Total Dallas picked 11 correctly out of the 18 weeks. So he got 11 of his $20 back, and so on and so on and so forth. Donna got 9 right, along with myself and Jared Taylor, Keith Sager. Heartthrob got 8, Mark 7. Mark was the defending champ. So that's how it works. And you can enter that. You don't have to be a Patreon member. This is open to anybody that watches this show. All you got to do is email Jen at barryondeck.com. Tell her you want in on the Barry on Deck Fantasy Pick'em contest. And then she'll tell you how you can send her the $20, whether it's PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Carrier Pigeon, however. And she'll make that happen. So there you go. That's the fantasy. So get in on it. Like I said, we've got 33. We need 7 more to make a third or fourth league. Look, if we get a fourth league, cool. If not, I'm fine with that. This is for you guys, not me. Take my money though. Make a fourth league. Take my money. Have fun with it. And yeah, it'll be a cool thing. So and I do updates every week. Like this is what they look like. This is like BOD League 1. So we go through and we do all the scores and the records and everything. And then I do the pick'em updates. Like here was the preview. This was the matchup for week 15. And then I show you the final. So this was how it panned out. So like, this is how you would know. Like I would say, all right, here's the matchup for week 15. It's the Chi-Town Swifties versus the Pie Eaters. And, Chi-Town Swifties should win because they should get 127 points, but whatever. And then I will show you the actual winner. So that's just how it would work. Okay. All right. It was a tight race for sure. I think it came down to the last week. Yeah, it was very close. I have not heard from Mark. I have not heard from Mark lately. Need to figure out what the heck is going on. According to NFL Hall of Famer Eric Dixon, NFL total teams. Yeah, but L, you say that, and you just posted the same thing. You have no source. You have no source, L. I can't take that serious if you don't have a source. L, if you ain't got a source, I can't believe you. I mean, people can hop in chat and say whatever the fuck they want. No offense, but I need tell me the outlet that I can go look this up on. And that's what I need. So, do you take Cole Bucks? No. We do not take Cole Bucks. I'm sorry. So we didn't get to the llama red pajama thing, and I really wanted to. I think we'll do that in the private hour coming up next. Also, for Patreon members. If you're not a member of Patreon, what are you doing with your life? So we're going to do that next. You don't want to miss this. It's so, you didn't know you needed this in your life until you watch it. It's amazing. It is amazing. So when are you moving to True Social? I'm not moving to True Social. Let's do that real quick. Oh wait, nope, that's not what I wanted. I am getting off of X though, not the drug. I am leaving the platform, and it sucks. I've got a lot of followers on there. I'm over 10,000 followers on that platform, and it's hard to get to 10,000 followers on any platform. And it sucks to walk away from them, but it's just unfucking bearable at this point. I just watched this one guy. The Patriots had posted a flyer or a poster, and he was like, "Hey, Patriots, rather than just steal my shit blatantly, why don't you just pay me for my work?" And I was like, "Pay the man." And then I started reading the comments, and one of the comments was like, "Sorry you lost all 10 of your followers, Total Dallas." One of the comments, the dude was like, "Well, what do you expect? Robert Kraft is a Jew. Of course he was going to steal your shit and not pay you." And then the guy responds, he goes, "Say, brother, I'm Jewish, so fuck you, pal." And then when he did that, everybody's like, "Fuck you, Jew." Like, then they just started attacking the dude for being Jewish, calling him all kind of slurs. I was just like, oh my God, bro. Like, this is so fucking toxic. And so I was like, all right, this is horseshit. And so I reported like 8 of the posts that were being racist or xenophobic. I think that's the right word. And do you know that X came back and was like, sorry, this doesn't violate our terms. This doesn't threaten his safety. So I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You're just going to let people just sit here and be racist and just say this awful shit to people on your platform? You just don't give a fuck. They literally have to threaten their safety. But if they don't do that, they can just be as fucking racist and as fucking awful as they want to be, X? Is that what you're saying? They can say whatever the fuck they want as long as they don't physically threaten them. Man, fuck that. I don't want to be a part of an app. I don't want to be on a platform that allows that horse shit. I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't give a fuck how many followers I have on that musty ass shitty platform. Fuck that. I want to go somewhere where, yeah, I mean, you're going to get that anywhere. It's the fucking internet, and there's always fucking weirdos that show up in your chat, and it's usually fucking 10-year-olds that don't know how to act, and they think it's funny, and look how we over here. And so you just, you have to realize what's what. But some of this is real and legitimate fucking hate. And for an actual and real goddamn social media platform to get a report that says, oh, so he called him the R word and some other hateful shit. Well, he called him the K word, but he modified it just enough. So if you use the N word and put an A but not an ER, they could get away with it. Like, this is the fucking message. Like, what this is. I was just like, man, fuck this platform. I can't fucking do this. I refuse to be a part of this fucking platform. So yes, I do, B. Hannon. I have over 10,000 followers on Twitter. That's why I don't take this move lightly. I know it's major, but I'm not going to be on a fucking platform, and I'm not going to be a part of a platform that when you report racism and xenophobia, and I'm sure any kind of hate speech, when you report it and they go, well, they didn't threaten their safety, so you can block them if you want. Fuck that. That's crazy. That's part of what's wrong with this fucking country right now. So I was like, nah, this is not the app for me. I'm going to be on Blue Sky and I'm going to be on Threads. So if you want to keep up with the show, if you want to keep up with my comedy, if you want to get these jokes and the short form stuff that I post, the micro blogging, my quick thoughts that I have that I don't post on Facebook, that I don't post on Instagram, because a lot of the stuff that I do post or did post on Twitter/X, I never posted on Facebook or Instagram because it was just a quick thought. And that's partly why I ended up with more followers on there than anywhere else. So if you want that, it's the same. At Barry is Funny. I'm on Blue Sky and I'm on Threads. And I haven't decided if I'm going to stick with one or the other. I kind of like both. But I'm definitely getting the fuck off of X. It's just toxic. It's fucking awful. It's just shit now. It's just shit. It's just a bunch of Proud Boy, Peckerwood cocksuckers running amok. But what do you expect when the fucking owner does a Nazi salute in front of the entire fucking country? What the fuck do you expect? I mean, really. I just signed for Skylight. Is that the same? No, I don't think Skylight is the same. No, Cisco. A dirty third rant during the regular show. This will be the second rant. I just had another fucking Jake Paul rant. I know that surprises you. Uriel said, another 2 apps I got to sign up for. You don't have to do both. Honestly, Blue Sky, if you like Twitter, like the look and feel of how Twitter was before Elon bastardized it. And the other thing that I got fucking sick of on Twitter was them forcing verification down my fucking throat. Like, how about you stop mouth fucking me with the blue check? Jesus Christ. And what I also noticed is that your reach is fucking, like, if you don't have the blue check, now when I post 300 views, 400 views, 10,000 followers, 300 views, really? Fucking really? And it's because I don't pay for the blue check mark. Man, fuck you, Elon. You can suck my all-American cock. I'm not paying you for a fucking blue check. Go fuck yourself. I hope you choke on a fucking Tesla dick, you slimy bitch. You've ruined that fucking platform. I hope everybody leaves that motherfucker, and I hope you lose all the money you paid for it. Go fuck yourself. I'm off of that bitch. Blue Sky is not the Trump app. No, Blue Sky was founded by the people that originally founded Twitter. Truth Social is the Donald Trump app. I'll be on Blue Sky. If you like Twitter, Alex said, how do you really feel? If you like the way Twitter was before Elon Musk fucked it up, I suggest you give Blue Sky a try. It has the same look. I'll show you. Fuck. Let's just pull this bitch up. I'm going to pull this bitch up. You'll see. You'll see. Hang tight, baby. Hang tight, daddy. Let me sign in. I don't think I've ever signed in on here. Oh, yes, I have. Confirmation code. From where? Oh, email? Okay. I'll show y'all what Blue Sky looks like. It's, I mean, fucking so close. So close. Excuse me. Next. Here we go. Boom. 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 This is Blue Sky. This is it. I mean, fucking look familiar. It's a butterfly, not a fucking bird. This is Blue Sky. There's home. There's my notifications. Yeah, this is my profile. Fucking what? Look familiar? It's the same. It was built by the same people, I'm telling you. The same fucking thing. So yeah, just go to I just went to go to Google and just type in blue space sky. And you'll see it, I guess it's all blue sky is all one word, blue sky, all one word. But it's bsky.app is the website. I guess I can type this in here. Hold on. Here's my profile. Hold on. If y'all want to go follow me. That's my Barry is Funny profile. And then I've still got to finish setting up my Barry on Deck profile. But yep, but that'll be the thing. That will be a thing. So, here's Barry on Deck. Let's see. This is Barry on Deck. I haven't really set the profile up yet on Blue Sky. I fuck with Threads a little bit. Jen said I deleted my X account. It's trash. It's fucking trash. Yeah, Tony said X is 80% bots. Uriel said, honestly, X is aggravating. It is. Alex said, I'll check it out. I miss Tom from MySpace. Alex said, I'm not checking that out. Isn't Elon making sex robots now? Probably. Fucking probably. John Dorier said, I only have X to follow the show. Now I can deactivate it. Yes, I would fucking, yep. I don't know why I even have it. I don't go on there anymore. Yeah. Okay. I just signed up. Let's see. Skylight. I heard about Skylight. Is it Skylight app? I don't think that's what yeah, Skylight Social. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm not on that. That's that. Yeah. Anything that starts with get in, loser, we're decentralizing. Join the unbannable short form video platform? No thanks. That's just unbannable? No thanks. That's just X with fucking less users right now. Yeah, you're just going to have a bunch of racist shit on there. I'm out. I'm out. I don't need to see that shit. No, that would drive me fucking crazy. What, Threads feels bot heavy? Or Blue Sky does, Total Dallas. Total Dallas said, I like Blue Sky. I have Threads, but it feels kind of bot heavy from inception. Which one? It's like TikTok from the looks of it. Oh. Sign up for Only Deviants so Cowboy Fam can follow you. You're such a dick. Only Fams. It was right there. It was right there. Only Fams. It's just a used panty marketplace. Okay. You know what? Let's see. Jesus Christ. It's fucking what? Oh my God. I can't believe I said that out loud. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, Threads is bot heavy. Yeah, I am not on there a lot yet. I mean, Instagram and it is Meta. But Instagram and Facebook has made it easy to post just because when you're using the Meta thing, you can just go ahead and post the threads at the same time. But I just don't check it enough. But as of Monday of next week, I will be messaging out the show on Blue Sky. I will be posting jokes and videos and show updates and everything else on Blue Sky. I'm just fucking done with X, man. So if you want to follow me and keep up, I encourage you to go join. The info is all on the X, on my X profile, if you need to find it. But I'm just not going to be contributing to that shitty ass platform anymore. So, all right. For the rest of you that are Patreon members, we're going to do a little private hour until 6 o'clock. It won't be a full hour, but we're going to have some fun. This fucking llama red pajama shit, you do not want to miss it. So if you're a Patreon member, come join me. It's going to be well worth your time. I promise you. I didn't know I needed this in my life until I got it. You're going to want it. Let me give it to you. All right. And it's a great way to wrap up the week. Come get it. Come get this in your ear hole. Let me put it in your ear hole. Okay. You know what? Hey, I appreciate you, Alex. You know what's funny is we had, didn't Sports Right have a MySpace for like a half a minute? I wonder if it's still active. God, they still do have MySpace. Yep. Still do. MySpace still going strong. Sign in Sports Riot Live. Our terms have changed. Nice. Wow. Sports Riot. Still up on MySpace. Fucking hilarious. I have a Bands in Town, if anyone cares. That's just where you can get comedy updates. I don't know if anybody uses Bands in Town, but if you do, I'm on it. Bands in Town. If not, fucking whatever. All right, I'll see you in the private hour. I'll see you on Monday. Be safe, be kind, love each other. Fuck Elon Musk, fuck Jake Paul, and fuck racists. Bye.
And he's making a YouTube video.